Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have everything falling into place while others struggle? It's not about luck or chance. It's about mindset. The way you think shapes your reality in ways you might not even realize. You have the power to change your life simply by shifting your thoughts, and that shift starts with believing, truly believing that everything will work out, no matter what. Think about it for a moment. When you face challenges, what's your first thought? Is it, this is too hard, or I'll never make it? Or do you shift your perspective to, this is just a temporary setback, or I'm going to find a way through this? The truth is, the way you perceive your circumstances can either limit you or push you forward. And the key to unlocking your potential lies in how you choose to view the journey. If you act as though everything will work out, something incredible happens. Your thoughts, your actions, and your energy align with the outcome you want. It's like the universe starts working with you rather than against you. And the best part? You don't need to have all the answers right now. The moment you make the choice to act with faith, the path ahead will start to reveal itself. But here's the catch. This doesn't happen overnight. You have to choose to believe. Every single day. Even when things seem uncertain, even when challenges arise, and even when doubt creeps in. The key to acting as if everything works out is making that decision and holding on to it no matter what. It's about choosing faith over fear, confidence over doubt, and trust over uncertainty. You might be thinking, but how do I know everything will work out if I can't see the results yet? And that's where your faith comes in. It's easy to be positive when things are going well. But what about when life throws a curveball? That's the true test. When you act as if everything will work out, you're not waiting for things to magically change. You're trusting that your actions today will create the foundation for tomorrow. And it's not about ignoring reality or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about choosing to see the possibilities, not the problems. It's about trusting the process, knowing that every step, no matter how small, is moving you closer to where you want to be. This mindset doesn't just help you deal with adversity better, it also opens doors. When you act as if everything will work out, you send out a signal to the world that you are ready for success. People will start to notice your confidence. Opportunities will begin to flow in your direction, and before you know it, things will begin to fall into place. Here's the reward for sticking with this. The more you embrace this mindset, the more your life will reflect it. The power of your thoughts is one of the most underestimated forces in the world. When you align your actions with belief and act as though everything is already working out, you tap into an energy that has the potential to move mountains. The world may not always give you what you expect, but when you act as if everything will work out, you create a life where anything is possible. Stick with this belief, hold on to it, and watch how it transforms your life. The way you think today will shape the way you live tomorrow. So keep believing, keep acting, and everything will fall into place. Stay tuned to discover how this simple shift in mindset can turn challenges into opportunities, and how consistency in believing will bring you closer to your dreams. When you start believing in yourself, something incredible begins to shift inside of you. It's like you activate a power that was always there, but you never fully understood how to tap into it. Faith is not just a word, it's an energy that can transform your reality. The moment you believe in your ability to succeed, everything changes. It's no longer about wishing for things to work out. It's about knowing they will, and then acting like they already have. This belief in yourself is not some fleeting thought. It's the foundation of your actions. When you trust in your own abilities, you move through life with confidence. Challenges become less daunting because you know you're equipped to handle them. You stop waiting for the perfect moment and start creating your own moments. With faith in yourself, you become unstoppable, no longer hindered by fear or doubt. But here's where many people go wrong. They wait for evidence before they believe. They think they need to see the results before they can trust the process. But faith doesn't work that way. The true magic happens when you believe before you see. When you trust that everything will work out, even if the path is unclear, that's when the universe starts to align itself with your desires. Believe in your journey, not just the destination. It's easy to get caught up in the end goal and forget to appreciate the steps that take you there. Each small action you take is part of the bigger picture, even if you can't see it yet. When you act as if everything is already working out, you're embracing the idea that success is not just something you reach, it's something you live every day through your choices and actions. The real power lies in acting with a certainty that everything is already unfolding perfectly for you. Your belief in yourself is the key that unlocks this power. The more you embrace this mindset, the more you'll see how the world responds to your confidence. Opportunities will come. People will be drawn to your energy. And most importantly, you will start to see results that match the belief you've carried all along. Doubt and fear are two of the most powerful forces that hold us back from realizing our true potential. They plant seeds of uncertainty, making us question our abilities, our worth, and our dreams. But here's the truth. Doubt and fear only have power over you if you let them. The moment you decide to act as if everything will work out, you choose to push past those feelings. You choose to believe that fear doesn't control you, but rather that it's simply part of the journey. When you start moving forward, even with fear in your heart, you begin to diminish its hold. Fear often appears when we're about to do something significant, something that challenges us. But it's not a sign to stop. It's a sign that you're on the right path. Fear and doubt thrive when we stand still, hesitating to take the next step. The more you act with certainty, the less power fear and doubt have over you. It's easy to get caught up in the what-ifs. What if it doesn't work out? What if I fail? But what if it does work out? What if success is right around the corner, just waiting for you to take that next step? The most successful people didn't get to where they are by waiting for perfect conditions. They acted even when they weren't sure of the outcome. They acted as if success was inevitable, and in doing so, they created their own reality. This is where your belief in yourself becomes the game changer. When you act as if everything will work out, you take the power away from fear. You show yourself that you can keep moving forward despite the uncertainty. Each time you face a fear, you shrink it. Each time you step into the unknown, you expand your belief in yourself and your ability to navigate any challenge. Remember, the journey isn't about avoiding fear, it's about embracing it and moving forward with courage. Fear will always be there in some form, but when you choose to act as if everything will work out, you step into your own power and begin to turn your dreams into reality. When you act as if everything will work out, one of the most powerful tools at your disposal is visualization. Visualization is more than just daydreaming about success. It's a deliberate process of mentally seeing yourself achieving your goals, feeling the emotions associated with that success, and believing that it's not just possible, but inevitable. The mind doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's imagined. When you consistently visualize your success, your mind starts to believe that it is already a part of your reality. You begin to think, speak, and act in alignment with that vision. And that's when things start to shift. When you can see yourself succeeding, your actions naturally follow that path. You begin to make decisions that lead you closer to your goals, because in your mind, you've already achieved them. But visualization alone isn't enough. You must also act as if the outcome is certain. When you visualize your success, act with the confidence that you are already there. Don't wait for permission from the world or the perfect circumstances to take action. The belief that everything will work out allows you to take bold steps forward, even when you can't see the full path ahead. It's like building a bridge, one step at a time. Each small decision you make based on your visualization strengthens that bridge, bringing you closer to your goal. And as you take these steps, the universe begins to align with your intentions. Opportunities that once seemed distant start to appear. People and resources you need to succeed start showing up, all because you acted as if it was already happening. The key to this is consistency. You can't just visualize success once and expect everything to fall into place. It's a daily practice. The more consistently you act as if everything will work out, the more your reality will begin to reflect those actions. When you wake up each day with the mindset that your success is already on its way, you'll start to see the world respond to that belief, and with each step you move closer to turning that vision into reality. Consistency is the force that transforms belief into reality. It's easy to start something with excitement, to feel motivated in the beginning, but the real test is how long you can keep going. even when the results aren't immediate. The power of acting as if everything will work out lies in your ability to stay consistent, to continue believing and taking action every single day, regardless of what's happening around you. When you make the decision to act with faith, it's not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about showing up every day with the conviction that success is already unfolding. This doesn't mean things will always be smooth or that you won't face challenges. In fact, consistency often tests you in ways that can feel difficult or discouraging, but it's during these moments that you need to stay the course the most. Every small action, every step you take, builds momentum. At first, it might seem like nothing is changing. You might question if your efforts are even making a difference. But the truth is, every day you show up and act with the belief that things will work out, you are reinforcing your commitment to your success. It's this daily consistency that creates the results you desire. As you continue to move forward, the universe begins to respond to your unwavering faith. Opportunities that seemed out of reach start becoming clearer. Your path begins to unfold in unexpected ways, and while it might feel like a slow journey, consistency is what keeps you moving toward your goal, no matter how far away it may seem. Remember, it's not about waiting for everything to fall into place before you take action. It's about taking action now with the belief that every step you take is part of the process. The more you act as if everything will work out, the more you will see how the world begins to align with your efforts. Consistency is the key that locks the door to success, and with each step, you're one step closer to the life you've always dreamed of. Success is not just about reaching a destination, it's about embracing the journey itself. Too often, we focus solely on the end goal, believing that happiness, fulfillment, and success are something we'll experience only once we reach the finish line. But the truth is, the journey is where the real transformation happens. When you act as if everything will work out, you shift your focus from merely reaching a goal to enjoying the process of getting there. Each step you take, no matter how small, is part of your growth. When you embrace the journey, you stop seeing obstacles as roadblocks and start seeing them as opportunities to learn, to become stronger, and to refine your approach. The moments of struggle aren't signs of failure. They're part of the process. They're teaching you valuable lessons that will prepare you for greater success down the road. By acting as if everything will work out, you start to trust the process, even when it feels uncertain. You understand that progress doesn't always look like straight lines or immediate results. Some days will be harder than others, and that's okay. What matters is your commitment to keep moving forward no matter what. The more you enjoy the journey, the more you begin to appreciate the lessons that each moment offers. When you stop fixating solely on the end result and start enjoying the process, you unlock a new level of joy and satisfaction. The journey becomes something you actively look forward to, not just a means to an end. This shift in perspective allows you to stay motivated, even on the toughest days, because you understand that every step is part of your success story. When you act as if everything will work out, the journey becomes less about struggle and more about discovery. You realize that you are constantly evolving, constantly moving closer to your goals, simply by taking consistent action and enjoying every step along the way. So trust the process, enjoy the journey, and know that every step forward is bringing you closer to the life you are meant to create. One of the most powerful shifts you can make in your life is to stop doubting your worth and start trusting in your abilities. The belief that everything will work out requires you to understand that you are enough. Too many people hold themselves back because they believe they need more before they can succeed. More knowledge, more resources, more time. But the truth is, you already have everything you need. It's not about waiting for the right moment or the perfect set of circumstances. It's about realizing that you are capable, right here, right now. When you act as if everything will work out, you stop waiting for permission from others or from the world around you. You take ownership of your life. The moment you stop doubting your worth and start trusting your abilities, you step into a power that can propel you forward in ways you never imagined. This doesn't mean you won't face challenges or make mistakes. It simply means you trust that you have the strength to handle whatever comes your way. The key to unlocking your potential lies in the confidence you place in yourself. Confidence isn't about arrogance or pretending to be perfect. It's about recognizing your value and moving forward with the belief that you are capable of achieving whatever you set your mind to. When you act as if everything will work out, you show up for yourself. You give yourself permission to pursue your dreams, even if you're not sure exactly how they'll unfold. This mindset allows you to approach challenges with resilience. When you trust in your abilities, failure no longer feels like the end. Instead, it becomes a stepping stone, a lesson that brings you closer to your goal. Every setback is simply an opportunity to refine your approach and try again with greater wisdom. By acting as if everything will work out, you stop waiting for external validation. You become your own source of motivation, your own source of strength. And when you start to trust yourself fully, you will be amazed at the doors that begin to open, the opportunities that begin to appear, and the confidence that starts to grow within you. Your belief in your own abilities is the key to making everything work out, because when you believe in yourself, the world has no choice but to believe in you too. A powerful force that comes with acting as if everything will work out is the ability to remain calm in the face of adversity. Life will always throw challenges your way. There's no way around it. But when you shift your mindset to one of certainty, even in difficult times, you build resilience. You stop reacting to every obstacle as if it's a disaster. Instead, you approach each challenge with a sense of calm, knowing that everything is working toward your success. This calmness doesn't come from avoiding the hard times. It comes from the understanding that challenges are part of the process. When you believe that everything will work out, you see difficulties as opportunities for growth rather than threats. It's about looking at the bigger picture and knowing that each challenge, no matter how difficult, is shaping you into the person you need to become to reach your goals. Remaining calm also means trusting that your efforts are not in vain. When you're calm, you stop being driven by panic or fear of failure. Instead, you can make decisions from a place of clarity, choosing actions that move you closer to your goals, rather than reacting impulsively. This is when you truly start to harness the power of belief. By acting as if everything will work out, you open yourself to solutions that you might have overlooked when you were focused on the problem itself. The more you practice this calm mindset, the easier it becomes to stay grounded in moments of uncertainty. It's not about pretending that everything is perfect. It's about trusting the process and knowing that you are capable of navigating whatever comes your way. When you remain calm, you create space for creativity and problem solving to flourish. The challenges you once feared now become stepping stones that lead you closer to your desired outcome. So, the next time life feels overwhelming, remember that you have the power to stay calm and centered. You are in control. Trust that everything is unfolding as it should, and keep moving forward with the belief that everything will work out in the end. One of the most transformative aspects of acting as if everything will work out is the shift in how you view failure. Most people fear failure because they see it as something to avoid at all costs. But the truth is, failure is not an end, it's a stepping stone. When you believe that everything will work out, you see failure differently. You no longer see it as something to fear or avoid, but as an essential part of your growth. Failure is not a reflection of your abilities, it's simply feedback. It's a sign that you're trying, that you're moving forward, and that you're willing to learn. When you act as if everything will work out, you take the pressure off yourself to be perfect. You understand that mistakes are part of the journey and that each failure brings you one step closer to success. In fact, the most successful people have faced countless failures. They don't achieve greatness because they've avoided mistakes. They achieve greatness because they've learned to rise every time they fall. The key is to keep going, to act as if everything will work out, even when things don't go as planned. Every setback is an opportunity to reassess, adjust, and come back stronger. When you change your mindset about failure, you start to see opportunities where others might only see obstacles. Instead of feeling discouraged by a mistake, you ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to improve? This shift in thinking allows you to grow faster and move closer to your goals, because you're not afraid to fail, and you're willing to fail forward. Remember, success isn't a straight line. It's full of twists, turns, and bumps along the way. But when you act as if everything will work out, you start to see those bumps as part of the process, not something that derails you. You learn to take the lessons from failure, apply them, and keep moving forward. In the end, it's not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you get up. And when you believe everything will work out, you know that you will always rise. When you start acting as if everything will work out, you begin to see the power of perseverance. Life doesn't reward those who give up at the first sign of difficulty. It rewards those who continue despite the challenges, the doubts, and the setbacks. Perseverance isn't about never feeling discouraged. It's about choosing to move forward even when you do. It's about showing up every day with the belief that your efforts matter, that each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. One of the greatest gifts of perseverance is that it builds your character. The more you push through challenges, the stronger you become. Each struggle teaches you something valuable. It teaches you resilience, patience, and the importance of not quitting. When you act as if everything will work out, you see perseverance not as a burden, but as an essential part of the process. It's not about forcing yourself to keep going. It's about trusting that every effort, no matter how difficult, is taking you closer to your success. This mindset allows you to push through even the toughest of times. Instead of feeling defeated by a setback, you view it as a temporary challenge, something that can be overcome. You begin to understand that no matter how many obstacles you face, there is always a way forward. Every step you take, every moment you keep going, is an affirmation of your belief that everything will work out. Perseverance also helps you tap into a deeper level of motivation. When you act as if everything will work out, you don't need to rely on external factors to keep you moving. Your belief in your own journey becomes your driving force. You're no longer waiting for motivation to strike. Instead, you're creating it through your actions. And with every small win, every step forward, your belief in yourself grows stronger, making it easier to persevere in the face of future challenges. The key to long-term success isn't talent or luck. It's the ability to keep going, no matter what. When you act as if everything will work out, you give yourself permission to persevere. And through that perseverance, you will create the life you've always imagined. As you continue to act as if everything will work out, something remarkable starts to happen. Your sense of self-confidence grows. Confidence isn't about having all the answers or being perfect. It's about trusting in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. When you believe that everything will work out, you start to approach life with a sense of assurance, knowing that even when things are uncertain, you can navigate through them. Confidence comes from taking action, from moving forward even when the outcome isn't guaranteed. The more you act as if success is already yours, the more you begin to trust that you have what it takes to achieve your goals. You stop waiting for the right moment or for external validation. Instead, you trust your instincts, your judgment, and your capacity to adapt. This growing confidence is the result of showing up every day and continuing to take action, even when things don't go as planned. Every time you push through fear or doubt, your confidence strengthens. Every small victory, no matter how minor it may seem, reinforces your belief that you are capable of achieving your dreams. When you act as if everything will work out, you stop second-guessing yourself. You no longer seek approval from others to feel worthy. You become the source of your own confidence. This shift in mindset allows you to take risks, to step outside of your comfort zone, and to pursue opportunities that you may have once thought were beyond your reach. Confidence also allows you to bounce back from setbacks with ease. When you trust in your ability to succeed, failure doesn't feel like the end of the road. It becomes a lesson, a necessary part of the journey. And with each lesson learned, your confidence grows even more. The more you act as if everything will work out, the more your self-belief becomes unshakable. You stop waiting for the world to change around you, and instead, you change the way you view yourself. You become unstoppable, not because life gets easier, but because you've built the inner strength to face whatever comes your way. Confidence becomes your foundation, and with it, everything becomes possible. When you truly believe that everything will work out, you begin to notice something amazing. Opportunities seem to appear out of nowhere. It's as if the universe starts to align with your mindset, offering you chances you might have overlooked before. This isn't magic. It's the result of a mindset shift. When you act as if everything will work out, you start seeing the world through a lens of possibility. You stop focusing on what's not working and start noticing what is. Your energy changes. Instead of feeling stuck or frustrated by the things you can't control, you begin to open yourself up to what is within your control. You take action where you can, and in doing so, you create more opportunities. The belief that everything will work out allows you to be proactive, to seek out the paths that lead to success, rather than waiting for them to come to you. This proactive mindset changes everything. The more you act as if everything will work out, the more you trust in your ability to find solutions, even when things seem uncertain. Instead of waiting for the perfect opportunity, you begin to create opportunities for yourself. You no longer feel like a victim of your circumstances, but a creator of your own destiny. This shift is empowering. When you trust that things will work out, you find yourself stepping into situations you once avoided because you now have the confidence to handle whatever comes your way. Moreover, as you embrace this mindset, the opportunities that align with your goals begin to show up more frequently. It's not that the world suddenly changes, but your perspective shifts. You start to recognize the doors that were always there, waiting for you to walk through them. You stop doubting your ability to succeed, and as a result, the world begins to open up in ways you never imagined. Believing that everything will work out doesn't mean waiting passively for good things to happen. It means taking action with the faith that your efforts will pay off. The more you believe, the more you see, and the more you see, the more you act. This cycle of belief and action creates a powerful momentum that can carry you toward your goals, bringing opportunities right to your doorstep. As you continue to embrace the belief that everything will work out, you begin to experience a profound shift in how you handle stress and uncertainty. Life is unpredictable, and no matter how prepared you are, things don't always go according to plan. However, when you believe that everything will work out, you approach uncertainty with a sense of peace instead of fear. You stop reacting to every setback with panic and instead learn to stay calm in the face of the unknown. This calmness comes from understanding that not everything needs to be controlled. You stop trying to force outcomes and start trusting that things will unfold as they should. The more you act as if everything will work out, the more you realize that control isn't the answer, it's surrendering to the process. This doesn't mean giving up on your goals or being passive. It means trusting that you are on the right path, even when things don't look perfect in the moment. The power of letting go of unnecessary stress is transformative. When you stop trying to control every aspect of your life, you free yourself from the constant pressure of perfectionism. Instead of worrying about what might go wrong, you focus on what you can do today to move closer to your goals. You start to take action with less anxiety because you trust that your efforts will lead to success no matter how long it takes. By acting as if everything will work out, you give yourself permission to enjoy the journey. Life becomes less about reaching a destination and more about embracing the process, knowing that each step brings you closer to where you're meant to be. You start to appreciate the lessons in every experience, understanding that even the most challenging moments are part of the bigger picture. Stress doesn't disappear overnight, but as you continue to trust that everything will work out, you begin to experience a profound sense of peace. You learn to embrace the unknown with confidence, knowing that everything is happening for a reason, and that ultimately it will all work out as it's meant to. This trust is the foundation of resilience, and it empowers you to face the future with unwavering certainty.